Hello, Kamani. In response to your question here, I thought I would show you in this video just to make it a little more clear. I really do think that a closed question type is the best way to respond to this. And let me show you how I would do that. So first of all, I want to just go into my course. I've just got a sandbox course here, and I'm going to add a quiz. And that'll come up in a minute. Let's just call this an MS Word quiz. I won't bother with the description for now because I'm just working with you just to show you. There's a couple things I want to change. The question behavior in your email, you want this to appear. You don't want these shuffled each time you run the quiz or the question because you want D to always be at the bottom. So for this one, for shuffle the question within the question, so here's a question, and we want to shuffle these responses within the question. We do not. So no. And how will the questions behave? Well, deferred feedback is when they get feedback after they've submitted the quiz or the question, and I don't want that. I want it to be more adaptive. So adaptive mode will give some penalties. So they'll get, every time they do it, they'll get it in like a certain percentage off, usually a third. But let's go to interactive with multiple tries, which does the same thing basically. Okay, so I want to say that's no, interactive with multiple tries, and the review options. We're going to tell them whether it's correct. We'll tell them what their mark is. We want to give them specific feedback. I don't care about general feedback right now, and I don't want to tell them the right answer right now. So that's what I would do, whether it's correct, marks, specific feedback, and that's good. Okay, I'm going to save and display. And I'm going to edit my quiz so I can add a new question. And I am going to create a new question. And it is embedded or closed type question. I'll double click that. Okay, and this is an MS Word quiz. MS Word. This is just my first question. The students don't see that, remember. Okay, and where was your stuff? Here it is. So I'm just going to copy this. And I will paste it here. So I don't necessarily need this in bold. And this is what I want to ask. In MS Word 2010, you can change the font size with, and I want to display this just like this in a vertical column. And let me show you how you do that. So I'm going to press enter. Everything has to go in between what I call braces or curly brackets, some people refer them to. So there's the opening and there's the closing. So everything has to appear, all of this, it has to be between curly braces or curly brackets or braces. Then I give it the point value of this question. Let's make it worth 1, but I could easily make this worth 2 or 5 or 6, however much I want this to be worth. And then between full colons, you say what kind of question you want. Well, this is multiple choice displayed in a vertical format. So that's multiple choice vertical format. So multiple choice vertical. So that's how much it's worth. This question type is between full colons, and then I can start putting my responses. Your responses, they are separated by tildes. So let me just bring these all up and I'll do that. And let's bring this one up. So my question's starting to take shape. Now, I need to separate these. So the first one doesn't matter, but after that, I want to separate these, and I separate these with a tilde. whoops, wrong one, excuse me, with a tilde, and that's that kind of a wave symbol. Let's separate this one. And this one. Okay, so my question's almost there. This is going to display this in a vertical format, and I've got all my responses here, but I haven't said which one's correct. And my correct one, I'm going to put an equal sign to say what it's correct. Okay, so we're getting there. Now I probably want some feedback for these. So for instance, if they get this one right, we want to give them feedback. Let me show you how you do feedback. I'll just show it down here so you can see. Feedback is actually the pound symbol, and you give it right after the answer. You give them the feedback. So my feedback here would be yes, that right. Because I'm using the editor here, I can even put smileys. So my smiley, it's going to be this thumbs up. It's going to actually show when I'm decoding it like that, but it's a thumbs up. Okay, so let me use that as my feedback for the right answer. And you can give feedback for wrong answers too. So let me do my pound symbol. I'll do it down here so you can see it. Pound symbol. No, that's partially correct. This is underlined in red because I'm actually, my keyboard's in French, and my language on my system is in French. Partially correct. Okay, and then we might want to give them a frown or something. You don't have to, but let's give them a frown. Or thoughtful, because it's almost right. Okay, and I can do that for all of these, can't I? So I'm going to put that before the tilde, which is separating my answers. And you know what? I'm just going to copy and paste that. And I need it here before the tilde. And before the tilde. So that's, they give this answer font size, A font size, and then I've got feedback for that, which is incorrect, right? If it's incorrect, and then my next one starts. It's getting a little confusing. Let's see what this looks like. So before I do that, for multiple tries, for each incorrect try, they're going to get 33.33% off. And you can say exactly, say you only want 25% off, or maybe 20% off for each incorrect try. So let's do it that way. And then we can also give them a hint. So for each try, no, that's not the best answer. And this will I could show editing tools and put smileys and things. This will automatically will give them a button that says try again, because this is sort of we're trying it again and again, right, till they get it right, or how many tries. So you can give them clear the responses or show the number of correct responses. So let's clear that, and you can give them a second hint, and you can, there's a lot here, you can keep adding hints. But let's save these changes. Actually, I've got to decode it. Okay, so that gets a little confusing. Let's see what it looks like in the decoding. Oh, here it is. It was hiding on me. So there's my question definition, which is just a copy of what I've got above. And I've got breaks in here. Do you see those breaks? We don't want those breaks. So that's why decoding's good. You start to see where you've got errors. Let's get rid of these breaks. It's just my screen size. I think it's here. There we go. That's what we want. Let's decode that. Instead of having all these breaks, it should be correct now. There we go. So that's where 0 is actually going to be, or they'll get 25% off each time they run this. Or we said 20%, I think. So that looks good. That symbol just means thoughtful. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Let's run it. It looks so confusing at first, but you play with it a couple of times and it's just so flexible. That's what I'd say. Just go in and play with it. And what you can't figure out, then I would ask again, or just after you play with this, you're going to find this is going to be your favorite way to do quizzes. It certainly is for me. So let's preview it. Let me pull that down. Okay, in MS Word, you can change the font size, width, and it's exactly what you wanted. Let's choose an incorrect one. So it's giving my running score. No, that's partially correct. And then I get, no, that's not the best answer. Try again. Okay, so let's try D. There we go. That's right. See, I've got my little thumbs up, and I've got full marks for that. And let's save that. Okay, I'm going to close the preview. So, and I just want to show you, if you're I'm going to show you a really helpful page. We go to do another essay or embedded one. Go next. So we're doing another one. You've got this little question mark up here, and if you go here, it just gives you a little hint. But if you go here, I'm just going to open this in a new page. I'm going to right click, open in a new tab or new page. It gives you everything you need to know. It's a really good tutorial. You can try these out. Actually, you could just even copy and paste the stuff in the editor and try them out. But it's a really good way to learn this and how to manipulate it. And close that. Okay, so I'm going to not add a new question. I'm just going to go back to the quiz. There we go. And let's try this as a student. I've probably shown you enough here to get on with it, but I'm going to switch my role to that of a student. Or I probably have a student in here. Let me see. See who's in here. Oh, I do. Okay, Michael Jackson. It's a fake student. Let me log on as Michael Jackson. Okay. So let's try this MS Word quiz. Let's see it from a student's perspective. MS Word, you could check the font size with let's say A. No, that's partially correct. Got to try again. Check. No, that's incorrect. So I should. Okay, I've got to fix my marks a bit. I can do that later, but I'm going to return to the attempt. Submit all and finish. I'm going to have to do it. Okay. Finish review. So right now, I had 2 incorrect answers. It's just my scoring. I've got to fix my scoring. So let's reattempt the quiz. So I'm going to try and get one wrong. And now I'm going to try again and get the right answer. And that's right. And then I'll go next. And so I've got 80%. It did take the 20% off for that wrong answer. Okay. So that's what I wanted. I hope that wasn't too confusing. Let me know. You play with it and let me know what you think. But I think that's the Cloze one is the best one for what you want to do.